These cars do not make rear grip anywhere like the trucks do. Trucks with the back.
I'm here.
These cars are
Give me a minute.
always sliding around. Major adjustment.
Never seen Allgaier in the 7 work his way past Sheldon Creed, as Sheldon Creed seems to be catching his breath after that big wiggle.
Really loose right there. Good save. Had the left side tires and left or right on that seam. Might have took a little bit of grip away.
He called it really free. Center off. I think we're not surprised.
Yeah, not surprised either. He caught it. Very talented race car driver. Almost was able to hold off Noah Gragson as well as Kyle Larson a week ago at Darlington. And now Austin Hill working to the inside of Creed.
That's Creed's teammate, Austin Hill. They both came up from the Truck Series this year.
48 here. Being driven by Ross Chastain. He's won here before in the Truck Series and obviously running in the Cup Series tomorrow.
One moment.
Britt Moffitt working that bottom is actually trying to get around all these guys. He's drove them down. Ran them down now, working that bottom groove, which is tough to do. Josh Berry trying to get that outside edge. See, can't do it.
Ryan Sieg in the 39, just in front of Berry.
Talking about the two motorsports cars struggling in practice yesterday. I thought these cool conditions would help settle them down, but so far it's not working well for Josh Berry. Yeah, he's not been, didn't have a great restart or start. Initial start of the race was not good, lost a lot of positions. Talking to Josh, they said they came to the racetrack with a splitter all over the racetrack. They had to make a lot of adjustments in a short period of time to try to get this car competitive. Still trying to figure that out.
He's closing out now on Sieg as he was getting close to the back bumper. Now trying that high line, as is Moffitt behind him. And that momentum carries him right to the back bumper. We'll see if he's got anything to do with them down here in turn 3. Berry's going to clear him.
Moffitt's going to try to get around the top here, see. Not quite enough room to put the car up there now. Takes that momentum off the high side, down to the inside, down the front straightaway.
All right, boys and girls, welcome to your Xfinity Series race in progress. We have Josh Berry as our bet for the win and dipshit for the parlay with Kyle Larson tomorrow for the other part of the parlay. It's Ty Gibbs, Brennan Jones, AJ Allmendinger, Noah Gregson, Justin Allgaier. We're only 14 laps in. I only missed about 6 laps. So right on. Let me get my stream on my phone. I'm still trying to get settled in. One more day of work tomorrow. We got football tomorrow, too. We're all fucking psyched about that, aren't we? Bro, really? My fucking stream's been on for like 10 minutes and I opened the YouTube app and it still won't show. So I still can't see your comments, guys. If there's anybody to comment. Hello, Ozzy. Ozzy the cat in the house. Alright, how's my audio? I rushed home. I thought they weren't starting the race until at 3. I didn't know they were going to do ceremonies 10 minutes before 3 and then start the race while I'm still at work, so Whatever. We're here. We didn't miss nothing. It's Kansas. John Hunter Nemechek won the truck race last night. Carson Hocevar got eliminated. Heard it was a pretty meh race. Don't care because it was Kansas at night with trucks. What's up, Michael? I can finally see your fucking comments. Had a pretty easygoing day at work. One more fucking day of that bullshit, and then I get a little bit of a break. Oh, tomorrow night, Bucks Cowboys. We're streaming that. Obviously, we'll be talking football during the race because I have multiple televisions and absolutely nothing better to do with my time. How about those Buffalo Bills? So, Ty Gibbs has about a second lead on his teammate Brandon Jones. Brandon Jones won here before. I like Noah for the parlay, though, and I'll take a chance on Barry to steal a win. But it looks like he's going to have to do some stealing if he's going to win this thing. He's running 13th in a JRM car. That's not good today. AJ really loose off of 4. He's 4th. I can see it. AJ said he's struggling. I'm like, yep, I can tell. Ooh, my back hurts. My body's decompressing now. My back hurts. Kansas and Xfinity in this kind of weather condition can be very meh. That's why I avoided the truck race last night for the same reasons. I think the Cup race tomorrow will be good. What? Daniel Hemrick struggling? Oh, I noticed Moffitt's in the 07 and that shit's in the top 10. Wonder what Joe Graff Jr. would be doing right now in that 07. Didn't really get to talk much about the Xfinity race from last Saturday because I was there. And by the way, the outside of my house right now looks like the middle of the Xfinity race from last Saturday because it's been non-stop raining since before 8 o'clock this morning. It has not stopped raining. It's slowed down, but it's been a steady rain all day. The Panthers are hoping that shit gets out of there before the big game with Cleveland tomorrow. Every time I see that DeSavino guy's name, I think of that John San Servino dude from the NASCAR Facebook page that everybody shits on for his garbage takes. D. San Servino.
Race car right now. Consistently, he runs faster than Gibbs and Jones in front of him, and he's able to really make passes. He doesn't wait around very long to make a pass. He immediately turns left. He's very aggressive on corner entry.
I listened to Door Bumper Clear at work today. They kind of leaked the North Wilkesboro news a few days before it came out, and I didn't know it because I didn't listen to the episode till today. They also made fun of Anthony Alfredo for throwing up in the car when he ran into the back of John Hunter at Darlington last week. And they said, well, Noah throws up in the car every week, and he wins. What's your excuse? You got Bowman. You picked Bowman. That's bold.
It's a rite of passage almost for him to go out there and try to figure out how close can he get to the ball.
Well, what do you got to lose?
Cameras, GoPros on the right side of the car trying to take pictures and videos.
Can't wait to see your NFL bets.
There, and so he's worked really hard to try
Week 1 is the scariest week to bet NFL because you just don't know what everybody has. There's a handful of games tomorrow. It's like, I don't know. Bears, 49ers, Panthers, Browns, Washington versus Jacksonville, the Chargers and the Raiders. You just don't know. So it's kind of tricky. Bet heavy on that Jets-Ravens game, but then again, you never know. We play the games for a reason.
Learn how to run the top. Learn how to rip the wall. If you get into it, we'll fix it. Go back out there and do it again. That's a commitment that they spent over 2 days that is going to last a career. It was a really smart move to give those guys that experience.
20 laps to go here in stage 1. Want to bring in our crew chief, Steve Letarte. Steve, you know, we've said that fuel-wise, these guys can easily make it to the end of stage. But it seems as though the tires they continue to be the complaint of these drivers. Will the tires make it for 45 laps?
Tires will be fine. Car will handle like shit. You'll make it. 19 to go. I had a great view last week. I wish I had my phone out. When Sheldon Creed got out of the car and Kyle Larson got out of his car and they immediately shook hands, they got a big pop from the crowd. Oh, God, fantasy football. I'm so glad. I literally cannot play fantasy football. I work on Sunday mornings. And I even have an agreement that I can leave about 10 or 15 minutes early from work on Sundays because I'll work 8 to 1 most Sundays. And I told her, I was like, can I duck out tomorrow around 10 till? And she said, yeah, sure. And I'm like, sweet. So really I'm working like 8 to 12:50 tomorrow.
Just 18 years old. Sammy Smith going right now almost passing Paul Guyer, the veteran here of the Xfinity Series.
He's been running super late models, and he's really developed.
I thought today would be the shittiest day of work because it was the 8 to 3 day, but it wasn't bad. Sammy Smith in 4th, I'm noticing. Is it going to rain? I looked at the weather for this race just last night, and it was like clear all weekend. Now it's looking dreary and like it might rain. Is that why they started the race 10 minutes early? Look out, guys. Jesse Awuji's in this race. I just saw on the timeline he got lapped 15 laps ago. So he made it about 9 laps longer than I thought he would before he'd get lapped. Did Xfinity race at Kansas earlier this year? Or did I call this stream Kansas Race 2 for no fucking reason at all? Because I don't even remember. If they did, it must have been very forgettable. I wish I had NFL football on the other screen right now to watch, but we'll get that tomorrow. You might get to hear me shit talk the Falcons. Matter of fact, let me look at the guide, because I'm pretty sure the Panthers are on CBS. I can't get NFL Red Zone because I don't have cable that offers it. I didn't know you had to buy like 10 things to be able to buy NFL Red Zone, so fuck them. I've got Paramount Plus and the Fox Sports app on my Xbox. Sure enough, Saints at Falcons on Fox tomorrow at 1. So the NASCAR stream will be a little spicier than usual. And then we got Chiefs Cardinals at 4. Ooh, we get Packers Vikings here as well. So we get 4 games tomorrow instead of just 2 on one channel, 1 on the other. That's going to be tough. I'm going to have 2 screens on even after the race is over. And then we'll stream the Sunday night game. But, yeah. Yeah. Falcons game during the race tomorrow. Can't wait to hear what I have to say. Maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised tomorrow. God, I'm fucking hungry. I said I wasn't hungry on the way home, but now I'm fucking hungry. So hungry my stomach is like kind of hurting. Brett Moffitt up to 8th in the 07. I think that 07's a step up over the 02 that he was in. I wonder if just maybe pulling this out of my ass, cool racetrack might benefit the 54 and take away Noah's advantage a little bit, because we know Noah likes to slide around, run against the wall, get the Darlington stripe at Kansas. He's that kind of guy. I wonder if the fact that it's so cool and cloudy kind of takes away from that. His ability to slide around, while the 54 just looks like he's fucking in the racetrack. The 54 and the racetrack right now are one. They have melded together. That's how smooth that car looks. Noah's putting the pressure on Brandon Jones right now. We've hit 10 to go in stage 1. That rain delay during the race last Saturday pissed me off so fucking bad because I was tired. I was more tired than I thought I'd be. I'd slept good the night before, whatever. We were walking around Saturday afternoon. It was pretty fucking hot. And, like, walking back across the street to the racetrack, I was like, holy fuck, I feel awful. I just felt shitty. I didn't feel like I was going to be sick. I just felt like I wanted to go to bed. And then we realized rain's on the way. It's popped up. It's coming. It wasn't supposed to get there, but some showers pop up. And I'm like, can we get to halfway and have fucking Noah win me money? Because Noah was leading. And I was like, can we just stop this thing at halfway? I want to go to the hotel and take a nap. And then fucking Mike Snyder and the 68 have their clusterfuck. They would have made it to halfway if not for that Mike Snyder 68 car caution. Can't remember who was in the 68. Who gives a shit? But the race would have ended there. But it gave the rain just long enough to get there before halfway, and then we got it. And I knew it. It was a fucking 2.5 hour fucking rain delay, and I was just miserable. Then the race started back, and it was great. But God, that 2.5 hour wait when all I wanted to do was go enjoy the hotel. So once again, we have a race weekend where I don't get to go to the hotel until like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. I thought I was going to get to chill in the hotel all day. But the 20% chance of rain became 100%, and then it rained for an hour fucking straight nonstop. As Brandon Jones takes Noah's line away.
Is that a defensive move that we're seeing out of Brandon Jones? He's driving down to the rearview mirror right now.
How big of a parlay do I want to do tomorrow football? How big will you let me get away with? Damn, the slider from Noah. I wish he'd bust his ass. I know I got money on him. Well, parlay, but too loose. Couldn't make it stick. Noah will clear him pretty easily here now. Look at how loose that 19 slides up off the bottom. And Noah's just ripping the top. 5 to go next time.
Just 6 laps to go. And about 3.5 seconds. Gregson won't be able to catch Ty Gibbs unless something happens with Gibbs up front. Big gap. But Noah Gregson's been very fast at the end of this run. Dave.
Rick, you led me right where I wanted to go. Gregson's long run speed here has looked very, very good. Meanwhile, the car that he just passed, Brandon Jones from the pole. Jones told Jeff Burton on the pace laps, I think our long run speed is our strong suit today. Unfortunately for Brandon right now, there's his teammate, the 54 Gibbs.
Gibbs with a 4-second lead after 40 laps. Kansas is so iffy. You never know if you're going to get a shit race or a good race. And it's cool, and that just doesn't bode well for the race today.
There's tons of grip out there, and that took away the advantage that he had. They've got to make some adjustments here.
Josh Berry up in the top 10 now. He was 13th when I got home. He's 10th now. A little moment there in the center of the corner.
It's easy to lump Josh Berry into kind of the young
Makes the pass. Not clear yet, but has the speed. Clears the one before they get into turn 1. So Josh Berry's 9th. Driving my favorite paint scheme of his. Now he's getting cucked by a lap car in the center of the corner.
He has a race here earlier, but in a very low budget team. Didn't really feel like that he had a lot of experience coming into this race.
And right now he's moving up into the 9th position. Kim, how's he doing with that car?
Whew, I'm tired.
We mentioned earlier how loose that race car was. Now almost undrivable despite still being in the top 10. Take a listen.
I don't care if I got to stay on pit road for a day. Just take this.
Josh Berry not happy with the handling of his car, even though it appears to be coming to him late in the stage.
That race car, they're looking for a big change after this stage.
They're going to make a big swing. It's getting better, but yeah, it needs to be better on the short run to have a shot.
And be in the top 10, or maybe be advancing.
Especially because the next stage is going to be shorter.
His car is.
When you're behind the wheel, you feel like
Michael, while you're at the store, pick me up something. I'm fucking starving now.
the problems are really, you make them a lot worse in your mind, right? You make a little problem a big problem in a hurry.
1 to go as Ty Gibbs drives the ugliest paint scheme in the Joe Gibbs stable.
21 seconds behind Ty Gibbs. So that's why he's screaming so much. Hold 45 laps, 44 laps. That's half a second.
Noah got around the 19 and cut Gibbs' lead in half. It went from 5 seconds down to under 2.5 now. But it's the end of the stage, so Noah's definitely got something for him. Good long run speed. And Ty's good no matter what the run is, it seems. So Junior Motorsports cars, maybe a little better on the longer run. But right now, they got to do a lot of work to get better than the 54. Ty Gibbs wins stage 1.
Won this race a year ago.
God, I'm tired. Tired and I'm hungry. Like CM Punk said, I'm old, I'm tired, I'm hurt, and I work with fucking children. Did I mention CM Punk is my hero?
So Ty Gibbs has a 1.5 second lead over Gregson when he wins stage 1. Gregson, fastest car on the track there toward the end, but ultimately Gibbs flexing his muscles here in Kansas.
Holy motherfucker, I'm tired. I'll be right back. Let me change shirts. I changed everything else, didn't change shirts. I'll be right back. Why is Dale Jr. hanging out with one of the Bella twats? What the fuck is this?
We got the whole place to ourselves, though.
Oh my gosh, this is so
I enjoyed that.
That felt unreal.
Honestly, now that both Bella twins, well, the one has the implants and the other had kids. So now I kind of can't tell which one's which against. Now they both have big boobs. Haha, very funny.
NASCAR on USA is brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. Ford, built Ford proud. And by Northern Tool and Equipment. Start solving your projects today at northerntool.com. We're made for this. Quick first stage here at Kansas Speedway as Ty Gibbs gets the stage win, and now the crew's ready to go to work. And obviously, we know with the 8 team and Josh Berry, he's going to want that thing to have a few adjustments before they send him back out on the racetrack. And quite a few drivers, I'm sure, will be asking for adjustments. First
Check my
on pit road.
OBS again because I'm paranoid.
Down there, the lead lap car. Let's start with Kim.
It's working.
And no major.
When you rush home and throw a stream together half-assed, you got to expect there to be problems.
What we expected, you see him stopping
But
there.
all seems good so far.
4 tires, no fuel to call. No changes expected for he in that car, Parker.
Ken, for Justin Allgaier there in the top right of your screen, he said we're a half adjustment away from being able to contend with those front runners. It's going to be 4 junior tires, just no go fuel for Justin.
Noah Gregson was coming on at the end. It built a little bit tight for him. He'll get an air pressure and track bar adjustment. As for Brandon Jones, the pole sitter, his car was not good in 1 and 2, differently than 3 and 4. The exit of 3 and 4.
And the race off pit road will go to the 54, followed by the 9, followed by the 18 and the 7. Brandon Jones drops to 5th.
Pit stop for Jones in the 19, losing a few spots there.
And Josh Berry must have had a long stop for those adjustments because he's not in the top 10 now. And where? Oh. God, I'm fucking hungry. Oh, shit. I'm hungry and I want to take a nap, but I got to watch this fucking Xfinity race. So anybody, I know I have some wrestling fans in here. Good grief, there's 7 of you. So one of you guys is bound to be one of my wrestling people. Boy, how about that CM Punk, huh? My fucking hero. CM Punk just fucking goes off and buries the fuck out of the Young Bucks and Adam Page and Kenny Omega. And I love him for it because I fucking hate all those douchebags. I liked Hangman Page until I heard this motherfucker talk, and the more I heard him talk, I'm like, this is one of the most pretentious, smarmy cocksuckers I've ever seen in wrestling. So now fuck him too. Also fuck him for thinking he was like good enough or on the level with CM Punk to say the shit that he said. Like, come on. And then the Young Bucks, I've never fucking liked them. I don't give 2 shits about the Young Bucks. Never have, never will. It's okay. You gotta forgive the Young Bucks. They've never actually had to deal with a real wrestling star before CM Punk got into the company. Oh, it's a commercial for that Chucky show. Jennifer Tilly's in it. She's still pretty hot. I'll give it that. But it's on fucking Siffy. Safa. The Chucky show's on Siffy, so how good can it be? That'd be like putting The Walking Dead on TNT. Or on the CW. Yeah, it'd be like putting The Walking Dead on the CW. La Brea.
This area has so much to offer for fans to be able to come in.
Who wants to play badminton?
Performing arts and so many sports here throughout the Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri area. And we're thankful that Kansas Speedway right here in the heartland.
Pretty shit crowd on hand for this race. I mean, the Kansas Speedway front grandstands are pretty big, but that's a pretty shit crowd. They must be expecting rain.
Get back underway. Let's check in with
The cock box. It felt like it took long, and I only saw 30 laps of it, Steve. By the way, literally forgot that Steve Letarte worked for Spire Motorsports until I saw the newest episode of that NASCAR show on USA, which is really good, by the way. I like how I'm like, it's good, but I can't even remember what the fuck it's called. NASCAR something something on USA. I don't know. The reality show. This week's episode was about the Daytona 500 from this year, and it was really good. And Letarte works at Spire, and I didn't even know. Moffitt and the 07 intrigues me. But I think it's just the 54 and the 9. Maybe the 7. Everybody else, thanks for coming.
Well, I just want to say, I think what's getting ready to come is rain. We've got rain.
We're going to get rain.
About 35 minutes away. That's literally about what it took.
Can we please get to halfway?
So we may get weather right on.
Oh my God, it's going to fucking rain, motherfucker.
I think all the drivers are probably getting that information.
Just like last week, but because I'm not there, it'll actually rain past halfway this time, and everybody will get to go home instead of having to hang out and be among some of the dumbest people in South Carolina, like I was last Saturday. Run hard. You got 50 to halfway with rain threatening. Austin Hill's going 3 wide for second. He knows the rain's coming. Woo! Sammy Smith loose in the center of the corner. 3 wide in the middle. Brandon Jones washing up the track, stacking up Moffitt back there. Ty Gibbs gets away. Let's see if Noah can run him down. He's getting side drafted by the 21 right now.
Austin Hill in the 21 now trying to take second
Austin Hill packed it off into 3, running the 9 out of room. Noah stays on the quarter panel. Good run off. And Ty Gibbs just checking the fuck out again. And now it's a 3-car battle for second. God, everybody looks loose in the center of the corner. More noticeable than I've seen in a while. I don't know if it's just the air throwing off the car behind the other car or what.
Now what Noah's got to do, you see a lot of action further in the back. What Noah's got to do is keep Ty Gibbs in his sights. Don't let Ty Gibbs drive away. We saw in that first run, Noah had
What's up, Michael? Welcome back. I was ranting about the rain delay from last Saturday and how people at Kansas are about to get lucky when it rains at halfway of this race.
Comes Allgaier looking to the inside of Hill now as the two rocket down the backstretch.
I wish every NASCAR playoff race would get put to Monday so I can just watch football.
Maintain the position off of turn 4.
Austin Hill currently holding on to that third spot, Parker.
And Rick, it was a pretty impressive restart considering at the initial start he was very free in that 21 car. And the team actually made an adjustment under this last stop to get the car off the splitter a little bit. So he was concerned it was going to be even freer on this restart. He went
Allgaier to third.
on the bottom, held onto it, but right now, as you see,
Gibbs got about a second lead while the 3 of them were all dicking around.
the racetrack doesn't quite have the grip that he'd want, but a pretty impressive restart for Austin Hill considering how free that car is. That's a tough thing to do, guys. You know that, right? When you got the ball from the corner on a restart, cars all around you don't have the best air.
Thought it was really funny on door bumper clear. Oh, Junior. Boy, Junior's just got an eye for spotting trouble. Moffitt hit the wall. Losing track position now, but he seems to be okay. Moffitt's driving the hell out of that 07. Literally, because he drove it too much there. Yeah. That's not a big deal. Hopefully he didn't rub the fenders in on the tire. He'll be fine. That was a cup car. It'd be a DNF. The end of the race last night was good. I have no idea what happened other than Hocevar ran out of gas and got eliminated. Ain't that what happened? I was not about to stream a truck race at Kansas on a work night.
A little more speed in the 07 as we see the gap maybe narrowing a little bit as Gregson trying to close that gap down on
Still about a second for Gibbs over Noah.
Even with Ty, right in the bottom, and then Noah went to the top. Noah at the top. It's a little bit too early right there. Gave up about a 10.
Pit strategy saved the truck race at Kansas. It needed to save the truck race at Richmond, which is almost the direct reason why I didn't stream the truck race last night, because Richmond was so bad.
And all this matters. Like, you've got, we talked about it. We might be racing to the end of this stage. Every single tenth of a second matters, but because you've got to be there. Now Noah on the bottom, you need to be taking time up there.
Let's listen in on Noah's radio.
They flat out told Noah, you're racing to halfway. Weather's about 30 minutes out. They're going to probably make it to halfway. Unless there's some lightning mixed in with that shit, then who knows.
Here's a great little battle. Landon Cass.
Do I do all these Xfinity races? Every one that I'm not at. Last week I didn't stream Darlington because I was at Darlington. But every Xfinity race that I'm not at, I stream. And Josh Berry's car fired off a little better this run. Everybody other than the 54, the 9, and the 7 are a long way off from even having a remote chance at winning this race.
Alex Jans is calling the shots for Landon Castle, and Jason Trinchieri is taking over for the 11th day of Pimlico.
We are 40 laps to halfway with rain on the way.
Speed toward the middle and the end of stage 1, but gave all that up on that restart, and now he's trying to get it back, Tim.
Just isn't that competitive a race. Everybody's kind of spread out from, you know. You got a little group here. You got Castle, Berry, and Sammy Smith. Then the next fucking battle is Jones and Hill. And then 2 seconds ahead of that is Allgaier. And then 2 seconds ahead of that is Gregson. And then Gibbs is a second ahead of him. So.
working on through the first stage of this race. He said on the radio under that last caution, he was just too tight to run on the wall how he wanted to, but he could get the car to turn on the bottom by putting some brake into it and getting it right on that white line. But as you see it move up, hoping to maybe find some more speed up to the top and get that car loosened up to be able to run the wall the way he wants.
Josh Berry, about a lane
3 wide
when Castle was running and trying now
for
to get
6th place there. Coming off of 2, they got 3 wide.
10. Josh Berry will take the spot away.
18, Sammy Smith trying to do the same.
Sammy Smith hit the apron.
Bottom in that 18 car. Castle's going to have the momentum on the corner to keep the spot. Sammy had to disadvantage.
Josh Berry is my bet. Noah's my parlay. So there's 2 things going on here. So I'm watching the 8 car. Who's a lot better off this run now than he was in the first stage.
Very able to hold off that little charge there by Landon Castle. So Barry back up to the 6th spot now, and it seems as though.
How about that all-star race at North Wilkesboro next year? Good luck getting tickets. I will try. I can tell you right now, I will pay more than the average ticket price to go to Wilkesboro next year. Remember how I bitched about Bristol dirt race ticket prices? I'd pay more than that to be able to go to North Wilkesboro next May. And then go to the 600 the next week. So, yeah, I am going to bust ass. I don't care whose dick I have to suck to get to North Wilkesboro next May, but if it comes to that, oh well. Take one for the team. I'm kidding. Seriously. North Wilkesboro All-Star Race. What a fucking great idea. Just to have cup cars at North Wilkesboro. Hopefully it'll lead to a points race there in the future. I'll take the All-Star race for now. It's like, hell yeah, this is a great start. And I guess they'll have racing all that weekend because they're talking about it like it's a whole weekend. So I'm like, is Truck's going to race there? You know, they were doing that thing. You can get on the waiting list or the priority list. Apparently the website crashed and it was a whole fucking debacle and people were being charged the $20, charity donation without even being put on the fucking priority list. So I'm glad that I couldn't do it. I don't have a card right now, so I couldn't do it even if I wanted to. I wanted to, but I'm glad I didn't. So we're just going to have to raw dog it and try to get North Wilkesboro tickets the old-fashioned way. If these motherfuckers don't stop blowing up my fucking phone. It's the GTA 4 Discord that I'm in, but it's really irritating me right now. So let's just turn that fucking sound down. If I'm not at North Wilkesboro next May, I'll be very disappointed. But it's going to be hard to get tickets. So, it's going to be a battle. Hopefully I can make it happen. Just get me in there. I wanted to go to Wilkesboro for the late model races, but it was a work night. I had to work, and everybody else I knew had to work the next morning like I did, so we didn't get to fucking go. But if NASCAR's going to North Wilkesboro, I am fucking going. They're showing a commercial right now for that NASCAR. Race for the Championship's the name of the show. It's fucking good. It's kind of like NASCAR Drivers 360, which was an awesome show back in the day. Kids are like, what's that? Can't believe I'm that old now. NASCAR Drivers 360 was 20 fucking years ago. 20 fucking years ago. Do you feel old yet? So I get big nostalgia vibes off of that Race for the Championship show.
Start using today. Roger Baruch, great vantage point from that circle.com camera, the helmet cam. All right, guys, let's take a look at our keys to victory.
We are 32 laps from halfway.
Weather. Track's going to continue to cool down. If we don't get rain, you're going to have to make another adjustment for this next run. Yeah, and when will the rain get here? My technology says 18 minutes.
Dale Jr. says, my technology.
Racing if we do not have a caution before the end of the stage. And can the 9
I'll be right back. Oh, never mind.
Looks like they were trying to
51 spun out.
potentially, and the 51 goes around Jeremy Clements, which brings the caution out. laps to go. Now 20 laps to go in stage 2.
So now, this is a huge strategy opportunity right here, Steve.
Oh, I'm going to say, if we'll see how good Junior's technology is. If you believe in the technology, you're good right here. You burn a set of tires. If you think this race is not going to run its full distance, there's no reason to save one.
Pit.
That's a Goodyear tire.
Have Noah Pitt and Josh Berry stay out so I have a chance at both.
You see the rain is approaching. Just a question of when will it get here?
Oh my God.
What the cautions look like. I think.
Please get to halfway. I'm not in the mood for this shit today.
I agree with Junior. I think the rain's coming, so I think I'm going to have to put a set of tires on right here. If you're the 54, you're just too good to give this race.
How about when the race gets back going later and the guys that save the set of tires though?
Close the race down to where it may move. The rain may get here before we get official.
Oh, really?
That's my concern now. So if you do
That was my concern sitting in the stands last week, and all I wanted to go do was take a nap in the hotel because I was tired from the heat.
yeah, you may not get
You're here.
And then Mike Snyder had other plans. Mike Snyder once again decided that we all needed to wait 2 hours fucking longer than necessary to finish a race.
Great point, Junior. Right? If this
Just like he did at Watkins Glen when he dropped oil every fucking where.
then we're going to have to see a dry race.
And then his stupid ass can't hold it straight off a 2 at Darlington. I know that's difficult, but damn.
51. Maybe he had a left rear tire issue and he's trying to get off.
And was that really worth the goddamn caution? He spun right at the pit entrance.
Yeah, there was
NASCAR's like, let's stack him up. Rain's coming.
There's 18 cars in the
Dude, you guys hear Kevin Harvick go the fuck off again today?
for some guys that have
I read about it at work. I haven't listened to it yet, but Jeff Gluck was like, oh my God, Kevin Harvick just went the fuck off about safety issues in NASCAR.
points in 50. What's the hurt if you pit right here?
I'm suspicious about Kevin Harvick retiring soon. I know he's never been one to give a fuck, but damn.
the beginning of stage 1 and the end of stage 1. So those tires very valuable to put on now to help you out if guys are going to stay out.
I think too, there's not enough laps left in the stage. If you're a lap down, 2 laps down, the great opportunity to stay out here, try to see if you can get a free pass. I think the pressure is on, like Steve mentioned, the pressure's on, Gibbs, because no matter what he does, others should do differently. Right? Whatever the leader does in this situation, others have an opportunity to do the exact opposite. There's almost no good call here that team can make.
Pit road is open. And so we'll see who takes the
Opposite the 54.
pit road.
Unless you're Noah or Allgaier, do opposite of Ty.
Be 18 laps to go.
Come on down, don't pass the pace car peeling off.
Here they come. Okay, so who's going
Everybody
to
pitted.
21 stays on the
Moffitt stayed out. Austin Hill stayed out.
This is a little surprising because originally on the
So Austin
radio,
Hill will be the
Chris
leader.
Gale had told his driver Tigers they were going to stay out, but obviously they're electing to change that plan. It's going to be 4 tires. Time reporting just a little bit tight. The track is definitely rubbering up, Parker.
Best defense is a good offense. Pitting was the right call there.
Because we are racing the last 90, believing that the rain is coming. There's going to be 4 Goodyear tires and Sunoco fuel for Justin Allgaier.
Loose center off for the 19 of Brandon Jones for the 9 of Noah Gregson running.
Remember, the rule is end of stage 2 or halfway, whichever comes first, and stage 2 ends at lap 90.
Remember the 39 and the 2.
So Austin Hill, Brett Moffitt, Ryan Sieg will be out front,
Race off of
followed by Ty, Noah,
and the 39
and whoever else.
of Ryan Sieg decided to stay out as we saw the 2 of Shelton Creed come to pit road.
Ryan Sieg's going to be looking like Cody Ware here in a second. God, I'm fucking hungry. I see Jeff Gluck says Kyle Busch will be joining Richard Childress Racing next year. He is going to fucking hate it there. I think Kyle Busch has CTE if he's going to willingly go drive for Richard Childress. Excuse me. Yeah, Kyle Busch done fell and hit his head.
Today's race recap is built by Northern Tools and Equipment. It was Brandon Jones in the 19 who started up front, but Ty Gibbs, teammate of Joe Gibbs Racing, was able to take away that top spot, and he goes on to win stage 1.
I hope this race isn't halfway. I'm too tired.
Jeremy Clem is trying to get off the track with a limper tire down, spins out right at the entrance. That brings out the caution that we're under currently right now with just about 16 laps to go in stage 2. Weather's on the way.
Austin Hill, Brett Moffitt, Ryan Sieg. Ty Gibbs is going to have the lead coming out of turn 2. You watch. If he doesn't get it before then.
07 of Moffitt running 8th, stayed out. The 39, Sieg running 15th, stayed out. So now Ty Gibbs, he's the first one on tires on the outside lane. You're going to see him immediately go to the top trying to make it 3 wide. Brandon Jones had a good pit stop. He's starting right behind him. And the
Meteorologist, I want to hear from meteorologist Dale Jr. Will they get to the end of the stage before the rain gets here?
Rain's about 10 to 14 minutes out. 16 laps to go. That should be enough time to get 16 laps in without another yellow. We get another yellow. We still, we're pushing our luck here, but
You might not see me again later if this race gets started up later. If they don't get to halfway here and it rains, you legit might not see me later. I'm very tired. Ty Gibbs got the lead coming out of 2. 15 laps to the end of stage 2.
Guys, just really quick, Ryan Sieg's team told me before the race, this is the opportunity they were looking for to do something different. So when everyone pitted, they told me to do the opposite and stay out, now restarting the top 4 in that playoff battle.
Well, they did the opposite, all right.
Here we go.
I think they were hoping more.
21's got to get the launch of his life, but he ain't going to be able to hang on for 15. Oh, boy, the 07 spinning the tires. I think Noah's going to win now. Noah's got the line through the middle here with fresh tire. They're 4 wide for Jesus Christ. Yep. 54 got held up by the 07. That decided the race right there. Noah's going to steal the lead down the back. Ty's 3 wide in the middle for 3rd. Hey, my parlay will live to see another day. I like how the 07 held up the 54 and then got out of the way, but the 21 just blocking everywhere. Oh, man, Ty let the 19 get in front of him. He's on equal tires. Oh, well.
Here comes the 7 of Allgaier as well.
Allgaier's got really good speed right here. The best we've seen him all day.
So it's Noah Gregson, A.J. Allmendinger, Brandon Jones, Allgaier, and Gibbs the top 5.
And this 16 car, he has not had speed. He's kind of holding these guys up. It's a race.
What the fuck happened to the 54, though?
Big run on the 54 car here down the back straightaway.
Dale Jr.'s so happy he can't hide it.
Got 3 cars in front of him, though.
Yeah.
Doesn't have an opening. He might
Yeah.
make one, though.
Allmendinger has nowhere near the speed these other guys have.
54 doesn't like the dirty air, I'm guessing.
Joe's clearly not, he's trying to run Noah down, but he's a second and a half behind him.
Really bad lane choice by the 54. I wouldn't have wanted to line up behind the 07. I'd have went behind. I know the 21 was on the bottom, but
Here at Kansas Speedway until the end of stage 2.
Ty did the Chase Elliott. Wrong lane choice. Damn, AJ's hugging that 18's door into 3. Asking for trouble. That's asking for trouble. Especially with an inexperienced driver.
Keep these guys honest, not able to really drive into the corner like you want when a guy's on your door like that, but he's going to lose his position to Sammy. Sammy Smith into 5th place.
You heard AJ complaining early in the race how much his car was off compared to others, and his team was like, hey, Douglas not that bad, but it was. He was falling back quickly. Here's a move for 3rd.
Gibbs trying to take it away from Jones. He does. So now it's Gregson, Allgaier, and Gibbs. And look at the gap between 1 and 2 as they have just 10 laps to go in stage 2.
Austin Hill trying desperately to hold on to his spot right here. Just outmatched. His tires are nowhere near as good as all the guys are that are around him. Austin Hill all the way back in 16th.
Remember, Moffitt was up into the
The bold strategy, Cotton, and it didn't play off. Oh, landing casserole. God damn, AJ's hugging these guys going into 3. Pinching in. That's his teammate, too, which is really funny. Ross to the outside. Door closed up there.
That's Ross Chastain in the 48. Also, drafted on the
I see raindrops.
the 10 of Castle. Now he
And
goes
we're only at lap 82. That kind of sucks. I like how quick NASCAR threw the caution for sprinkles at Darlington after the clusterfuck at Daytona, and there it is here. Caution's out for rain.
Caution has come out. This might be for rain.
Oh, boy.
Sure enough, it is.
NASCAR has made it a point since Daytona to get the caution out before
8 to go till the end of stage 2. Caution out for
They get
rain.
any sense whatsoever of rain, a few drops, and we saw some on the camera, just a few drops, and they're going to throw it.
So the caution has come out. There are 8 laps to go in this stage.
About to hit 7 next time around.
Until they get to the end of stage 2.
You think they'll ride around under caution till the end of stage 2?
And it's going to be here quite a while. Quite a front coming through.
Might have to finish this race tomorrow while I'm at work.
The Midwest right now. And there you see the radar.
What was it, Ken Squire? A frog swallower of a rainstorm.
What do? Do you drop the green flag knowing that this is coming?
Yeah, that is a tough position to be in.
So right now out front, it's Noah Gregson. Allgaier is 2nd. Ty Gibbs 3rd. Brandon Jones 4th. And Sammy Smith the top 5.
Saw the look of frustration.
Yes. Luke Lambert.
Yeah, Luke Lambert, the crew chief of the 9-car Noah Gregson. He's like, man, just a few more minutes.
2 weeks in a row of this shit, but I'm glad I'm in the comfort of my own home for this.
They won't put him under a red flag condition unless the rain gets to the point where they know it's going to be coming down so hard that they don't want him on the racetrack.
Yeah, but I don't think we're going to see NASCAR run this race under caution to make it official. That I've never seen them do that in the past.
Right.
If they have rain early, even with 6-7 laps to go before the race will be official, they would stop the cars and not allow.
I like how I'm like thinking they could have run a few more laps, but I mean that kind of thinking got
And we remember
people
back to
hurt
New
at
Hampshire
Daytona. Denny
earlier this
Hamlin.
year. We also just go back a couple races to Daytona, and this was entering turn number 1, the Cup Series. Looked as though it was fine around the racetrack, but you saw that downpour in turn 1, and it took out most of the field.
Literally the entire field but Austin Dillon.
Yeah, the sun's shining
A
right
season-altering rain shower.
But there was weather right behind turn 1. You could see it there. Look at the sun. You could see it there. You could see it approaching, and NASCAR did.
That was what it was like during the Cup race on the front stretch last week. 5 laps in at Darlington. I'm looking up going, the sun is out, but there's a black cloud over the front stretch. And I'm like, you've got to be shitting me. I felt that the raindrops, they were big raindrops too last Sunday during the Cup race.
Caution thrown proactively because rain is very close in the area.
It doesn't seem as though rain has come down on the racetrack to this point.
You want to restart here and run these last couple laps?
Behind us, where we're at the grandstands, it's coming from the west.
And this is the complications of this policy, is that
You go with the track, they wanted us to
the leader of the race. Of course.
Here we go.
Yeah. So even though weather's in the area and the track's good, they slowed them down. Now you got a leader of the race saying the track's good. So you know
There goes the free pass. I guess we're going to go back green here.
now they got to drop the green on this. The next time they throw a caution, that's what.
Ty Gibbs going to get another shot at this here. This caution was great for him if they're able to get it going again.
Process for the caution, to open up pit road and all those things. That'll be a few laps eating into this as well.
You sure? They just sent the fucking free pass car around.
You know, the odd thing about Daytona is you had the pace car driver in the
Call Quickie Yell and just open pit road for everybody this time. Nobody's going to pit anyway.
right. He didn't get it, so he didn't call that it was raining. And so with this today, you can use the driver of this pace car. He's in front of the field. He can see if it's hitting his windshield or not. Report that back. They have spotters around the racetrack. They can report that back.
Chris Wright in the 68 got the free pass. We saw him go around, and so the free pass has been given out. Pit road, there's a green light.
Pit road's open this time.
This is Ryan Sieg. We're going to watch what happens to Ryan on old tires here on this previous restart. Just to
Look at that 0-7 to stack everybody up on that restart.
how difficult of a position he is in. See all these guys on new tires, how well they accelerate, how much pressure they're able to put on this 39 car.
And you can see some of those guys that stayed out, they're pitting now. This is a tough call for them because if it does rain, it's going to hurt them some, but they had no choice but to put tires on right here.
What a weird anticlimactic race this has been, and it's probably about to come to an end. A permanent end.
Yes, and especially if this does go back green here next time by, I think give them one to go. Let's go down to Park.
As you see the time they're spending on the right front, they're just making a factor adjustment, trying to get it off the racetrack there for Austin Hill. Remember, he stayed out from the 4th position there to get to the lead, and obviously fell back on those old tires. Now they'll have a tire advantage. Same for Ryan Sieg in that 39 car, who's fighting to be in the playoffs there. They wanted to do something different. This is what they were looking for, to be able to have a tire advantage, and they'll have that right now if we get back going green.
Parker staying in the standard mode would be the leader of the race, Noah Gregson. Luke, you're keeping him out there. Tough spot for NASCAR right here, right after what happened at Daytona.
Yeah, this is a tough situation. Nobody likes to be in this.
It is about as shitty of a situation as you can have.
Normal conditions, but that's not reality. So
I can say that as a guy who was in this situation last Saturday.
hopefully that doesn't happen. Obviously, I wanted this to keep going right there and get to the stage end, but I still think we're going to be really good if we get the opportunity to race it out. See what happens. We still got to close it off though, and I think Noah will do a great job.
I think he did a great job on the restart. How about that?
Yeah, he did a wonderful job. Everything kind of stacked up in front of him. He threaded the needle and made it happen. So really impressed with his abilities. We're just going to do it again.
Steve, sometimes you got to have a great race car and then maybe a little bit of Noah.
Well, you definitely need a little bit of luck as well. It was a very timely caution for the 9. He did a great job on the restart. Now this choose is going to be very...
One to go. They're going to race. Yeah, we're going back racing. Going to have 3 to go on the stage with rain coming. You're going to stay out at the stage break, too, I'm assuming, because it's pretty imminent. If they were already getting sprinkles enough to make them want to throw a caution, it's imminent. Noah and Ty on the outside. Allgaier and Brandon Jones line up on the bottom, nose to tail.
Yeah, we thought that last restart was crazy. These guys realize how close the rain is now.
I don't think we'll make a lap. Yeah, it's going to get crazy and crazy quick.
Will my parlay survive? I hope not, because I hate the... Oh, it's raining hard off of 2.
The rain is coming down.
Okay, they're not going to go back racing.
Harder. And we'll see if the lights come back on the pace car. They're coming out. Yeah, you can see raindrops here.
Well, NASCAR, run the next 3 laps under caution. You could say you gave it an honest effort.
Still not coming on.
Okay, they...
There's no rain here.
Come on, they run 3 laps.
This shot.
Drop the rag. Ah, there it is. Caution lights are back on. Son of a bitch.
Now we're coming to 3 to go.
3 to go. And remember, it was either halfway or the end of stage 2 what makes an official race. And this will be official if they get to the end of stage 2. Now, once again, just like we heard Luke Lambert, he said, you know, we want to race. We want to go the distance if we can. But this is a situation where...
Imagine buying tickets to this fucking race.
A huge front that's coming through from the west. And if it does dump on this racetrack,
Now they're saying 1 to go again.
we'll see if they will.
Gonna give the one to
Now they're going to give them the 1 to go. Now it's going to be a 2-lap shootout instead of a 3-lapper.
NASCAR's going to try the hardest to get these guys a great
They're making an honest effort, which tells me they fully expect this to be done here in a minute.
leading this race under yellow.
I like this call, though, Junior. I like the fact that they're saying, okay, there's got a few sprinkles off turn 1. There's no damage. And right now saying, let's go 1 to go again. Roll them back down the back straightaway. If we don't have any rain...
I'm hoping for the 01 All-Star race to break out when they enter turn 1.
There's no harm in this. The danger is what you said. You're getting close.
Thank you for the likes today, guys, by the way.
Under caution.
Appreciate you.
About what we may have here. 2 laps to determine who potentially could win this race. So that's what it's going to be, a 2-lap shootout to the end of the stage.
It's just like green, white, check.
2 laps.
At the end of the race. It's just no different than
Green,
that.
white, checkered.
Doesn't tell you-
This is the end of the race right here. This is the race. We're fairly confident in saying this is the race.
Will they get?
Is that a Supra? It sure is.
Getting ready
Now I'm excited because this is going to be pretty funny.
to the green flag to end stage 2.
If Noah wins, my parlay remains.
Very fast.
Josh Berry's too far back to win me any quick money,
Let's see if he can do it.
especially in 2 laps.
They're going to try to do things in the turn, get around the high side of Noah, maybe take him 3 wide here.
Jones and Gibbs back there in row 2, but up front.
Here we go, 2 laps.
Well as Allgaier, green flag back in the air.
Pretty good restart for the 7 and the 9. No real push behind them.
Stage 2.
The 54 and the 19 looked like they were sandbagging a little bit.
Sending down of Allgaier deep.
And now they're going to side draft each other. Better watch that 54. Ooh, Allgaier can't hold the bottom. Here comes 54. The 7 slides up in front. Big bump draft down the back to the 7.
Interesting right there. Ty Gibbs did not take that run.
Yeah, I'm surprised Ty didn't shoot to the bottom. I guess he's just confident. Oh, he's going to the top here in the middle of 3 and 4. Now Noah's got to come up and block him. Oh, I wish we were getting more than 2 laps of this now. This is phenomenal.
One more timer.
1 to go. Noah, Ty, Allgaier, Brandon Jones. Ty's good enough to win this. So much so Noah's moving up to take the line away. Fuck it. Stay in it, Ty. Stay in it. My brother in Christ, stay in it. Oh, the 7 got to his fucking left rear. It's over. Race over. That side draft coming off of 2 pretty much killed the 54 shot.
Number 4, he sees the white and green checkered flag.
Ooh, damn, the 7. Oh, whoa, the 7 and the 54 are clobbering each other. Noah wins the stage and most likely the race. Allgaier's second, Gibbs third. Damn, the 54 and the 7 clobbered each other, and the 54's got a major tire rub.
Yeah, it's really coming down 1 and 2.
Noah,
It was absolutely fine, and now
yeah,
it's pours.
so deadpan when he said it too. Yeah, it's really coming down in 1 and 2.
Well, now the race goes back.
Well, they raced for it.
Traditional stage break. Everything that happens right here with, is the traditional stage break. What do? Do you stay out? And
The
try?
7 kind of crowded the 54 almost into the wall, and then coming through the trial, they knocked the shit out of each other.
Let's go back to green to start stage 3.
I'm curious what these 2 drivers in car, these 2 teams feel like they can do. How much damage? That was a big contact.
Big con. He stole Marty Reed's catchphrase there. Big contact.
So the 54 on the high side.
7 just didn't care. And then, yeah, 54 clobbered him back. That was Ty initiating the contact after he felt the 7 kind of
7 of Allgaier.
ran him into the fence.
Stage 2, Gregson gets the stage.
And I hope when they come back for commercial, it's fucking pouring. Because I'm tired. And I got to eat, and I got to take a shower. But mainly, I'm just tired. But that was good. That was so good. I was like, oh, man, I kind of wish we got more than 2 laps of it. But what are you going to do? I think Ty Gibbs fucked himself there, clobbering the 7 like that after he got ran wide. See how Texas almost beat Alabama? And then Alabama started like laughing at him and mocking him after the game, even though Alabama only won by like a small margin. And we're back. I see a few more raindrops than I did before the commercial.
Drafts for the playoffs. Create an entry. Pick your drivers to compete for your chance to win big. Visit NASCAR.com/fantasy to get started as we continue with the NASCAR Xfinity Series Kansas Lottery 300. Flags blowing here around the racetrack as the cold front that is just to the west right now of this racetrack continues to almost skirt it. You're hearing some of the crew chiefs.
Look at the radar.
A matter of minutes before it pours, and you can see the cells are almost on top of us.
There is some, mist or light rain in different areas of the racetrack on pit road. Obviously on the lens of these onboard cameras, a little bit of rain at certain parts of the racetrack, but not enough to warrant bringing the cars down for a red flag. And so we'll be under caution. And we listen to some of these drivers and teams talk about what they're going to do. I think the plan would be, if you're up front, to stay out until the very last minute.
So I'm curious, we've been under caution for 2 laps now. Why is pit road not open yet?
That's a good question. I think that I think they're, honestly, I think that they're checking the track. They're looking at the rain. They don't want to put
This race is not going to restart again.
in the position with rain in the area of opening pit road and really making it
I think they should just red flag it. Is this a real race? Yeah.
Just wait, just to understand where this rain is, because you saw the radar. It's sitting right on top of us.
Michael, you're absolutely right.
When we're under caution traditionally, obviously we have the same procedures, but if there is rain, they rarely open pit road because of the dangers of a wet surface. Cars trying to get into pit road, they're going to bring them down pit road now to park the cars, but
Here comes the red.
pit stops in a weather situation, right? Now we don't have enough rain really.
As soon as they're parked, I'm out of here because my food's almost here and I'm tired. And I got to work in the morning for a couple hours.
So NASCAR is going to bring these cars onto pit road and stop them, Steve.
Well, I had the same question you guys had about the opening of
They gave it the old college try. We got our little 2-lap sprint for the stage win, which is definitely the race win.
thrown
So
under green flag, so they're going to bring them down here. We've been down here on the pit box. We have yet to see the heavy rain start, but there's definitely some spots showing up on the concrete, so we'll just have to wait and see.
I wish I was in the stands, but then again, that kind of sucked last Saturday. But at least when I was there, I could tell if it was raining or not.
Definitely doesn't look promising to miss this cell that's kind of closing in on us.
You see the rain coming down there on the cameras with the backdrop of the 9 pit box.
I rushed home from work for this. No.
Falling right now. I think NASCAR played it right by not opening pit road.
Yeah, NASCAR did all they could here.
Saw it was getting ready to start pouring. Don't put
I
the
give them
teams
credit for that.
in that position that they have to make a call. Just hold it.
This is about as well as you can handle something like this.
Steve, I think that this is new. Like since Daytona,
This is new. I like how common sense is apparently a new thing in NASCAR, guys.
the right way to handle that.
Yeah, this is all new to us.
We're seeing the cars now.
Race procedure mixed with common sense. Totally new concept, guys. Totally new.
Over to these teams. The rain's starting to pick up a little bit more now here in the area. It didn't just come down on us. And yeah, we're hearing now. They're going to allow them to cover the cars, and the red flag is out. So the drivers will be climbing out of the cars here momentarily. But Noah Gragson, you really have to look back to that. I guess it would be the penultimate restart to this last one, where Noah Gragson, here he is.
The 07 won this race for Noah 2 restarts ago by holding up the 54.
They did get
And then Ty kind of choked. Yeah, he got held up, but Ty kind of choked here.
That hurt the initial.
Made it, and then he doubles down. He could have shot through the middle and went 4 wide, but then he doubles down and stays behind the 0-7 into 1, and Noah's got nothing but clean racetrack. Yep. Gregson wins. Michael, I'll talk to you later. And everybody else, I suppose I'll talk to you tomorrow. This race is over. I'm going to go eat and take a shower and take a shit. I'm kidding, I ain't got a shit, but I'm going to go shower and eat, and I will see you guys